Hello, everyone, and happy Memorial Day to all. This is Monday, Memorial Day, and we are Bob and Phineas, as always. Say hello to my co host, Mr. Phineas TL.
Good afternoon, everybody, and I would like to wish everybody in the United States a very happy Memorial Day, and hoping that you are enjoying the observance as to why things are free in your country.
Absolutely. And who you got with you down here in the bottom? Who is that?
I do believe that is a Santa Scott down there. So
Oh,
welcome.
It is.
hey,
It is.
everybody. Happy Memorial Day. And what a glorious day it is to be alive and blessed with all the sacrifices our veterans have given. And we're thankful for everybody that's given their lives and their service to this country to make sure that we can have this day to celebrate. So happy Memorial Day. And to the both of y'all, I don't think you celebrate it in Canada, do you? Is that a holiday for you in Canada?
It is not. Our holiday was actually last week, Scott. So
Well, happy
and
belated, whatever your holiday was.
thank you very much. So
Yeah, I noticed that Sue Radloff said she wasn't expecting to see us today, and we were not going to do a show today. And I told Phineas last week that I would go on and make an announcement that Monday, Bob and Phineas was taking the day off, as well as Sean, and her show tonight will not be seen either. It is a holiday. She has a lot of family and friends, and they're celebrating today together. So we were not going to do it, but
I was right
then we
by
got
the.
to, yeah, I mean, why not? So sorry, Sue, for the mixed message, but we are here and we're here to have some fun. Now, if you notice, I don't have the TNO backdrop up. It is an impromptu, quick, jump in today, and just wanted to come in and wish everyone a happy Memorial Day, and that was another reason why we weren't really going to do a show because of Memorial Day, and Canada does not celebrate the same day as we do. So, and Finney said, "But I don't have nothing to do on Monday." I said, "Well,
We'll fix
okay,
that.
we'll put you to work anyway."
Hey, Bob, could I point out something?
Sure,
For some reason, you're not wearing a TNL shirt.
I'm not. I am not. And many of you may recognize these if you've been to North Pole Cornerstones. This is our North Pole Cornerstones with the logo and our name. And Scott's got his on also. And that's one of the main reasons why we're here today. Real quick before we get into that, though, let's talk about the weather because we always do. And then we have Santa B's inspirational uh, video of the day that he did especially for Memorial Day. The weather here has been miserable. We've had severe thunderstorms for days on end, high winds, torrential flooding last night, this morning around 2:30, 3 o'clock. It's cloudy. We were 96 degrees day before yesterday with a heat index of 102. It is a beautiful, balmy 76 here today. So we'll take the cooler weather with the humidity over the heat that we had a few days back. How's the weather up in your region, Phineas?
Well, it is currently 72 degrees and beautiful, clear skies, beautiful sunny day. As I said, I was out by the pool getting a nice tan, and then I got a message saying, "We're going live in a few minutes." So I hauled butt in, and here I am. So
Well, I see you
Yeah,
still have your striped swimming attire on.
I do indeed. I do indeed. I didn't have time to change into workwear, so it's a holiday, so I'm dressed for the holidays. So
Awesome. Hey,
that's right.
Bob,
And
you know,
Doug Wright makes a good point saying that there are more thunderstorms coming. They're all around us today, Doug. Unfortunately, this whole week, I think we only have 2 days out of the next seven that does not have a good chance for rain. So we're in that pattern. And of course, Santa Scott being just 3.5 hours due north of where I'm at, he gets the storms a few hours before I do, and they build. And of course, Oklahoma and Texas is notorious for big hail, tornadoes spawning up. And so I know Scott's had a rough time
we,
with weather as
we've had a
well.
lot
So,
of hail the past couple of nights
yeah,
and a lot of rain, and they come about the time Sugar Plum Mary goes to work or coming home. That's it's torrential downpours. So anyhow, but we're blessed to get some rain because we've had some dry weather too, and I don't look forward to it because that means I have to get out and mow. But I'm gonna try to see if I can't train some elves to do it, but I'm not sure.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, of course, no matter what part of the country you live in or part of the world, weather is a big part of everyday life, and you learn to live what your region has to throw at you and prepare for it. That's the way it is down here in the South, as I've mentioned before. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and let's jump into the Santa Fe inspirational video for the day, and we'll be right back on the other side of that.
Ho, 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 and blessed day, my friends. Today, I would like to encourage you to be thankful. Thankful for the sacrifices made by all the men and women who have served their country, who have lost their lives in doing so. I know that today is also the beginning of our summertime, and there's concerts and barbecues and many freedoms to be enjoyed, and I hope you do enjoy those. But at some point, sometime today, just take a moment and be thankful for those who have laid down their lives so that we can have our freedoms. Be blessed. Be well. I love you all.
Great, great, great message. And we want to say happy Memorial Day to Santa B, Rob Wood, who is also an Army veteran. And if you watched last week's show, you found out a lot more about Rob. He is a phenomenal human being, a brother in red, works with Veterans Administration, works with with Veterans for Dogs. He is a busy man, and we're proud to have him as part of the TNL family. All right, gentlemen, let's go ahead and let's jump into why we're here today. I mean, like I said in the beginning, we wasn't going to do one, but we've been working for months on end and trying to secure a location for North Pole Cornerstones 2026. Our home has been San Antonio, and when we picked that destination, we thought we would be there forever. Well, as be all things must change, I guess, in time, and we exhausted. Scott and I literally checked every hotel in the greater San Antonio area that had conference space big enough to accommodate what we have had at the Marriott. Now, what happened at the Marriott? I've mentioned their food and beverage prices increased 100 to 150 fold. There's no way that we could go up on tuition. We just wasn't going to do that. There was no way that we could continue to stay there. We went in the Monday morning before we left San Antonio back in February, Scott, myself, as well as Deanna, and sat down with the folks there at Marriott. We had pen in hand, and we said, we're ready to sign for next year. Just give us the same deal we had this year, and we'll be happy. And they said, we can't do it. And they went downhill from there because they never could come off. I mean, they didn't even try to give in. Really, it was a matter of they had new management. They were looking at their budget. We get it. It's business. So we had to move on. We searched the North Texas area, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Cowtown. We thought that would be a great place. Grapevine, Christmas capital of Texas. That would be a great place. Prices there in both places were just out of our reach. We just could not do it. And we finally settled and found us a place where we had visited and had a Sat Bob's class back in 2020. And it's the great location, great conference center, and it's just down the street from Scott, so it makes it even better. And Scott is their Santa, so they were willing to work with us, and we come up with a deal that keeps us in the ballpark where we were at the last 2 years. Now, with all that said, Phineus has attended the last 2 years of North Pole Cornerstones. He's been privy to a lot of the inside information because he has been part of our guest presenters and has presented phenomenal presentations at both the first session and the second session. Phineas, are you committed to coming back to the third session?
I am definitely going to try to come back if I can. If I can, definitely, for sure. I look forward.
Reindeer after you.
I definitely look forward to coming down and visiting with the North Pole Cornerstones family and getting a chance to hang out and learn from everybody. So it's definitely something I'd be interested in doing, and I look forward to exploring Oklahoma City as well. I usually come down a few days in advance and poke around the cities that we're visiting at, and so looking forward to checking out Oklahoma City and seeing Scott's home turf.
Yeah, and you got the Murrah Federal Building that the site of the bombing a number of years ago. That is a memorial site that you can go see downtown. As we will talk a little bit more, excuse me, Bricktown is the entertainment district, and they have so much to offer. I guess before we go too far into this, maybe we should play the video that Deanna and myself did. We were supposed to roll out today, 3 p.m. was going to be our launch time and date. And we got overzealous and went ahead and launched Friday night, late night. Don't know how many of you have seen it. I know Liz Roosh, who has joined forces with us to be our marketing agent, has blanket posted it on all the groups today. So if you haven't seen it, here's a little short video. I know I say short, it's going to run about 15 minutes, but stick with us because it has a lot of the answers in it that you will be asking. So let's go ahead and jump into that first, and then we'll come back on the other side and talk about it from there. Hi, I'm Bob McMasters.
And I'm Deanna Golden.
And
how you doing? How you doing, Bob?
I'm doing great, doing great. I'm really excited about the announcement that we've come today to talk about. I guess we could say we have a sweet announcement and bring your Valentine. Now that's a little bit of a cliffhanger, isn't it?
It certainly is a cliffhanger, but it might be, inquiring minds might be figuring this out right now. It's certainly an announcement that people have been on pins and needles waiting to hear about. And I think it's a very sweet time to talk about.
I like the plug for that. Sweet. Yes, I think so. Deanna, we have worked tirelessly for months now, weeks on end, trying to secure a location for North Pole Cornerstones 2026. And we finally have a location, a date. And so you want to tell the folks where we're going to be in 2026?
I'm planning on bringing my sweetheart, my sweetie, to the Midwest. Drum roll. How about Oklahoma?
Yes, that's correct. Oklahoma City North, to be precise.
Yes, in a tiny little suburb called Edmond.
Yeah, a lot of folks don't know where Edmond is, but it really is on the north, northeast corner of Oklahoma City. And we at
we
in a previous
found,
school that we've done. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I have heard so much about this location. It's a major chain, very high quality chain, and they are thrilled to host us. And Bob, people are just dying to hear what this is and when it is. I'll do the drum roll.
And as I started to say, I have visited this location personally, put together an event there in the past, and I was actually very impressed with everything that they had to offer. Not only the hotel rooms, the food was phenomenal, but the conference center. The conference center was what really sets it apart from a lot of hotels that I've been to that host large events. All right, so we won't keep you waiting any longer. The hotel is the Hilton Garden Inn and Conference Center in Edmond, Oklahoma, Oklahoma City North. And we'll even give you the address to that. It's 2833 Conference Drive, Edmond, Oklahoma. Now, Deanna, tell them what dates we have picked.
Well, since we've been talking so much about sweethearts and how much we love to announce this, how about a great place to spend Valentine's Day 2026? February 12th, which is a Thursday, through the 15th, which is a Sunday. Bring your Valentine to Edmond, Oklahoma, Oklahoma City North, and spend a fantastic weekend with more education, more interaction, more activities. The conference center lets us be bigger. It lets us have more vendors. It lets us have more fun.
It does. It does. And you mentioned Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is February 14th, as we all know, and it just so happens to be a Saturday. So we have something special planned. You want to tell them about that, Deanna?
Well, how about we all hop onto a nice big bus, head down to Oklahoma City's famous Bricktown. Bricktown is their entertainment hub, and have an evening or have dinner where you like with the love of your life. And if you're single, that's okay too. We'll all buddy up and have a fantastic time on Saturday night at Bricktown.
That's right. I can't think of a better way. And you mentioned this before, how it's always kind of hard to decide what you're going to do for your Valentine on the 14th. And this makes perfect sense.
People are racking their brains. You can't get reservations at a restaurant because they're all full. You can't do something, that you've done before. So you want to find something new and something innovative. How about bring your bride, bring your spouse to Oklahoma and spend a Valentine's Day that is sure to create totally fabulous memories.
Right, and remember,
Bob, I have a feeling. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to say, remember, it is 4 days, Thursday through Sunday, February 12th through the 15th, 2026 for NPC, and we're excited.
I think we should probably tell them what it's going to run them to come and what they're going to get for what it is that they're going to invest in their weekend.
That's right. Now, we have increased by a very, very small percentage the tuition rate from $450. It will now be for 2026 $459. And I guess the good news is that the actual hotel room rate has come down. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But back to the tuition. Tell us everything that tuition includes, Deanna.
Well, I hope I have enough fingers for that, Bob, because first of all, your $459 per person is going to give you all the class materials, which is the book, your graduation, all of the supplies that you're going to be receiving. You get a welcome bag filled with goodies. And for those of you who have been to North Pole before, you know that bag is a little bit bursting at the seams with goodies. You're going to get, here's the big part. You're going to get 4 lunches, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday lunches. And you're going to get 3 dinners, Thursday, Friday, and a Sunday graduation banquet. Saturday, since you're going to be down at Bricktown, you get to choose where you're going to have dinner. You also, after graduation, we have an alumni Facebook page where we can dig deeper into some of the topics that we cover. And we're going to take you to and from Bricktown. So that $459 covers a lot.
It does.
And we're talking really good food. Really good food.
Yes, absolutely. And there is, as you said, the entertainment district there at Bricktown has numerous restaurants of all different types. Has things like miniature golf. There's so many things to do down in Bricktown. I'm really excited. It's going to be a fun night out on February 14th, Valentine's Day, with, as Deanna mentioned, your sweetheart. And if again, you do not have a sweetheart, you're coming along, that's okay too. We'll all buddy up, as Deanna said, and we're going to have a great time. Now then, we want to tell folks how much the hotel rooms will cost. You've got to book through our NPC website. That's npcornerstones.com to get the room block rate that we have set aside. You want to tell them how much that's going to be for this go round, Deanna?
I had to read it a few times to make sure I got it right because it's an incredible rate. It is $134 plus with the tax and all of the other things that go on to it. But $134, and they're incredible rooms. When you go onto the Hilton Garden Inn in Edmond and take a look at the photos, you'll be quite impressed, because you can get that whether it's 2 queens or a king. It's the same price, $134 a night. But wait, there's more. It includes breakfast. It includes a hot breakfast.
Hot
for
breakfast
two.
for two.
Exactly. So
That's
it's
correct.
amazing. It's amazing. So we have a room block. What's also great is that a lot of people want to come before or stay after. So the room block that we have that gets that rate to include breakfast for two starts on the 10th of February and goes through this with a checkout on the 17th. So come early, stay late, make it your getaway.
Yes, and I might add, and I think this is something important that needs to be said, right across the parking lot from the Hilton Garden Inn and Conference Center is a gigantic venue, a bowling alley, and a movie theater complex. And so again, if you come early and you want to do something extra fun, I don't know how many of you still bowl. I know I love to bowl, bowled in league for years, and everyone loves a good movie. So again, something extra to do right there. Doesn't take any transportation. You walk right across the parking lot and be right there.
Yeah. We also have some nice ways to help people get to Oklahoma next year. Something to kind of help offset some of their costs by the way of scholarships.
That's right. We do. We have 4. That's what I said. 4 scholarships available. And those are full scholarships. So you want to tell them about the NPC scholarships?
Well, North Pole last year offered 2 scholarships, and we're going to do that again. So we will be opening up a scholarship window around the 1st of July. And what we'll be doing is that you're going to tell us what education means to you and how important a scholarship is going to be. And then we are going to select one lady and one gentleman and offer them a full tuition scholarship.
Correct. And on top of that, Tuesday Night Live Network Productions is offering their scholarship once again. We've done that the first 2 years. We're going to do it for the 3rd year again. And we've got an added bonus this year. We've had someone else step up. Cherry Hill Programs has offered a full scholarship to North Pole Cornerstones 2026. And more details on that. And I guess if you really want to keep up with everything going on with NPC, now we have a new Facebook group. And that's under North Pole Cornerstones under the Facebook group banner. So come on over there, join up, and keep up with all the latest information. You can also get that information again at npcornerstones.com. Now then, we have a few more things to say before we let you go. We want to talk about our core instructors, our guest presenters, and our vendor exhibitors.
How about we leave it at more? We have some returning. We have some new presenters. Some of the guest presenters we had last year brought their phenomenal years of expertise and wisdom. Some of them are coming back, and we have a couple of new ones who we're going to be announcing very soon. We'll do it on both the Facebook page as well as on the website.
That's right. And same thing, the guest presenters and core instructors. Same great curriculum, new topics, new things added. It's a mix of old and new, as well as our vendors and exhibitors. We have returning vendors and exhibitors, and we have some new ones that are already committed to coming. So, and as Deanna mentioned, we do have a larger vendors room, so we have a lot more space. We have space and room to grow for years at this particular hotel. And again, I think the key to it, we had heard so much pushback about, why are you so far south? Why are you in San Antonio? That's a long way to go from the Northwest or the Northeast, even the East and West Coast. So we went to the center of the country and picked a hotel right in the middle of Heartland, Oklahoma City, North.
Yes.
All right, Deanna, is there anything else you want to cover?
Well, I think that we should also mention that many of the followers have businesses of their own. And so this year we're also offering an option whether you can come to San Antonio. How about come to Oklahoma? We're offering advertising. Everything is now live on the website. npcornerstones.com. You can register as an individual. You can apply for a vendor spot, and you can submit information if you would like to advertise in the student workbook. We're going to have an advertising section, full color. So if you'd like to promote your business and we'll help drive clauses your way. It's all on the website.
That's right. You can find out more information over there at npcornerstones.com. And don't forget our Facebook group, North Pole Cornerstones.
Cornerstones group.
Check us out. Join us. Put us on your calendar. Keep this date. Save that dates that we gave you. That is the 12th through the 15th of February 2026 in Oklahoma City North. Hilton Garden Inn. Deanna, I want to thank you so much for your time and all the effort that you put into the NPC program, as well as myself and everyone involved, our core instructors, our guest presenters, and our volunteers. We have a great group of volunteers. And real quick, we will mention that on our registration page, if you would like to volunteer to help NPC, there's a place over that you can actually check and make yourself available.
It takes a village. Yeah. No, I think it takes a bunch of us to pull this all together, and our volunteers are incredible. We are very grateful for all the help that we've received. And if you have questions, there's also a contact us page out there. So enjoy, and we'll see you for Valentine's Day.
That's right.
2026.
Join us in Oklahoma City North.
Great.
Bye, everyone.
Well, I guess we've got some questions. And Bob, do you want me to address some of these, or do you want to do it, or?
Well, Everett was the first one to come up with a question or a comment. Said, the date when you go over to book your hotel room, the dates that are in our block are from February 10th through the 17th. Now, that's extra days on both sides of the school. In case you want to, as Everett and Dana are going to do, check out Oklahoma City, because they have spent time in the past there. And it's been 26 years, so they want to go see some of the new things that's happened around the city. And that's a great way of doing it. Just be cautious that you make sure you only book the days that you need, that you're going to be there. But again, we wanted to make sure that the hotel, one of our requirements was give us that room rate a couple of days early, a couple of days after class. That way, if you want to make a mini vacation out of it, you very well can.
And Bob, for Everett's sake and anybody else's, there's a place to change the dates on that page. It's at the top, and you need to just go in and change the dates you're going to be there. Another question was asked, was there going to be transportation to and from the airport? The answer to that is yes. And if you're going to stay and you can't get the rate for not to jump across back and forth, but if you can't get the rate for an extra day you're trying to stay, please email me at scott@npcornerstones.com, and I will go in to the hotel myself and get that in a day open for you to do that, or add that day for you. But the transportation back and forth, depending on how many people and when they arrive and that type of thing, Scott West will be available. And also I'm going to probably have my son driving one of my vehicles to transport back and forth. And if there's anybody that's going to be here early or flying in and renting a car, please let me know at that email as well, scott@npcornerstones.com. And we will be reaching out to those and finding out what your flight arrangements are, so we can kind of schedule and try to get multiple people in the routes. It's about 35 minutes from the airport. So it's across town. The airport's on the southwest side. This is on the northeast side.
That's why we will have two shuttles. That way we will be sure to be able to accommodate everyone as always.
Robert's got great places to eat. He's been to Bricktown, and he said good location. So there's you some input from somebody that has been to Bricktown and has been to Oklahoma City. It's a lot of fun. There's Michael Murphy's dueling piano bar there that has a great show in the evenings. We're going to publish a list at some point of the different restaurants and phone numbers for them. So if you do want to make a reservation for your meals ahead of time, being it's Valentine's Day, you can take that upon yourself to do it. There's a melting pot there, which is one of my favorite restaurants, which is a lot of fun, which is a fondue restaurant. And I'm sure they will be busy on Valentine's Day as well. But I'm going to try to get a special rate, or if they have room, if we want a group of us want to go to like Michael Murphy's or something. But there's tons to do down there. The ballpark's there. There's putt-putt golf. There's there may be a concert venue having a concert there. Lots of music, lots of clubs. The Crab Shack's downtown there. So Mickey Mantle Steakhouse. There's just a plethora of food. Spaghetti Warehouse. I mean, you won't go hungry. There's plenty to choose from. But
and we might mention that Saturday night you are on your own for dinner. That's the only meal we do not feed you. That's because of the nature of the bus ride down. Everybody wanting to do their own thing, do shopping, eating. It just worked out better this last February for us to do it. The first year we took everybody to a barbecue restaurant. It worked out pretty good, but I think this last February, the way we done it was much, much better. So we're going to follow suit with that. Now, with that said, you get 4 lunches, 3 dinners, and breakfast as long as you stay at the host hotel every morning for 2. So, like I said, all your meals are covered except that Saturday night out, and you are on your own for that one. Phineas, do you see that comment from Everett at 3:30 p.m. there?
At 3:30 p.m. Just let me pull down the
Facebook comment. I was going to let you cover that real quick.
At 3:30 p.m.
3:33.
It said no.
I'm just converting it into my time. I just realized. Austin Mexican restaurants, they're still open.
They are.
Well, it's the one before it that I was asking about. I was just going to say Everett says
we were both there when the Murray building exploded, but they moved before they built the museum, so they're going to be able to.
That's correct. They work and live there in Oklahoma City.
Yep.
They have a beautiful memorial that has a reflection pool down the middle of it, and there in the museum's right there. And part of the building is actually in the museum. It's still there. They didn't, tear it out. But it's definitely interesting, and we'll tug on the heartstrings a little bit, what people went through during that bombing, the Merrill building bombing. So, but yes, Everett, the Mexican restaurant, if I'm not mistaken, is still there.
Yeah, I think it is too. I was looking at the list of restaurants and venues and things to do there in Bricktown, and
I think it's
it'll be different. And we didn't mention that they do have gondola boats, just like San Antonio. We've opted not to do that this time around because
don't count it all the way out yet, Bob. Don't count it all the way out yet. Don't count it out yet. We may be finding that might work.
And that's what I was fixing to say is, even though we've been working for several months trying to secure a venue, we're really in just the beginning stages of this since we've locked down the dates and the hotel. So, give us a little bit of time. We're going to hash through what we can do, what we can't do, and we'll get a agenda put together and let everyone know exactly what we'll be doing on Saturday night. Okay, so AJ asked about the volunteer spots. If you go to the registration page at npcornerstones.com to register, there's a list of volunteer positions that you can volunteer for. Doesn't mean we may use you, we may not. It depends on how many we need. We do have a handful that is coming back from the last 2 years, so we do have some. But as we mentioned, we are expanding. We are getting bigger. We are going to have more vendor space. So we're looking at doubling from the first year to this year, the 2026 year coming up, in attendees. So, with all that said, let's go ahead and I mentioned it before, and I'm sure everyone has seen Liz Rouge is posting. She has come on board to be our marketing director agent. She's the one that's helping market, work the websites, help put everything together on that side with Deanna. And we are so excited to have her on board. And she's doing great things for us. So we're growing. It's our third session, and we're, the sky's the limit. We're just going to keep trying to keep going, and give you the best value for your money. And I think we've got a tradition started. We're gonna improve on it as we go. Everett says he can confirm that their favorite Mexican restaurant is still open. That's great news, Everett.
I think it's Abdula's or something like that. Abdula's.
I bet Everett will put it in the comment there and let us know.
I'm sure he'll correct my pronunciation.
Right, Abuelas.
That's it. Thank you. That's what it is. There's one up here too, and oh, you're right, Everett. Del Rancho steak on a bun. One in Moore, Del City, and War Acres. Yeah, they are definitely a staple in Oklahoma. There's not one in Edmond anymore. They closed it, which hurt my feelings, but there's still a few around.
All right. Is there anything we have not covered?
I think probably the biggest thing we haven't covered is that maybe we should talk about the vendors. If there's any vendors that were interested in coming to Cornerstones, there is a separate vendor application which we'll go through. You'll fill that out, put your payment information in there, but your card will not be charged until that we make the final decision on what vendors we're going to be able to have and the amount of them. So I recommend that you go in and sign up and get your name in the pot early, and that will be decided. And then when we let you know that you have been selected to be a vendor, then your card or your payment method will be charged at that point, but not until then.
Yeah, and we might go ahead and also tell folks we had maxed out the Marriott in San Antonio as far as space. We had moved Spangle out into the hallway and had blocked off one of the hallways to put Spangle in, and we have so much room in Edmond, Oklahoma City North, to grow. We're only using 2/3 of what is available, and our space is so much larger than what we've had just in those two spots. The vendors room is going to increase by 50% at least. Scott, would you say?
Yeah, probably. Where the rooms in San Antonio were 30 by 52, the smaller of the two rooms we're using is 75 by 40.
So it's quite a bit bigger.
Significant bigger, and the other ballroom is even bigger than that. The main ballroom that the class will be in.
Addressing Sue's question, do you have a list of classes that are going to be taught? All that is in the works right now, Sue, that will be updated onto the website as quick as we can get it. We do have a lot of returning presenters. A lot of the classes that we have taught in the past will be there. We are tweaking some of those, updating some of those. There will be new material and a lot of the old material that we've done. We do have a lot of the guest presenters coming back, and we also have some new guest presenters. So until we get a complete list, though, we'll have to leave it at that, but we will get that, and we'll let everyone know as soon as it is up on the website. And thank you for that question, Sue.
Also, Bob, I'll add to that is that remember that that this school is completely interactive. It's no death by PowerPoint, as my saying goes. There is PowerPoint, but it's very minimal, and we've asked that when we do present a segment or a section that it is minimal and you don't kill us. And Phineas would probably be a good one that would let you know that the interaction and the breakouts are what make it really a lot of fun and get you closer, and your improv improves. Am I correct?
Yeah,
It
let's
is.
let Phineas address that, and that was a good point for him to be able to share today.
Yep. It is important to know that North Pole Cornerstones is not a sit back and listen kind of event. It is something where you are going to participate. You are going to be active in learning, and you're going to be getting up and doing stuff and interacting with your fellow students and interacting with your fellow instructors. And you might even be videoed for part of the presentation, so you can look back at what you did and make tweaks and hone it and make it better. So I always say that North Pole Cornerstones is something where you need to plan to be active. You need to plan to be open-minded and be pushed outside of your comfort zone, and be willing to pitch in and just get in and do it. Get your hands and feet dirty and start playing and exploring who you are as your Christmas performer, because that's what we're hoping to do. That's what they're hoping to get from you, is they want to bring the best out of you. And it's not going to happen by just sitting back and observing. You are going to get up and do stuff.
Well, and we're all reserved when it comes to performance in the beginning, when we're trying to get our feet wet and learn who we are, build our character. And we're not forcing anyone to do anything they don't want to do. In our breakout sessions, you will be teamed up with a group of, and it's been 8 the last 2 years, and we're going to stick to that if we can. 8 people that you will get teamed up with your very first day, and you'll stay with that group all weekend long. And your portion of it can be when you're in your breakout sessions, you're at the round table, you're discussing performance skills or the skit that we've asked you to do, or something, the props, for instance. So the prop building was a lot of fun, and it was, again, teamwork. Everybody put in their 2 cents worth and come up with the idea, the backstory. You're not forced to get up and do anything you don't want to do, but you can participate in other ways if you wish. Again, participation within your group. So again, not trying to force anybody to do anything they're not supposed to. I want to address Everett again. Everett's asked a couple of questions that I think need to be answered. Mahula Dance Creations is another vendor based in Texas. That's correct. Aaron and family came this last year. They got really unique, cool things that they create, all hand created, and was a big success. They are in the San Antonio area. Now, we have been in contact with them. We've got a special promotion that we will be doing with Mahula Dance Creations, and that's still to come. We haven't put that out there yet, so look for that. Not sure if they're going to make the trip to Oklahoma or if they will just be doing pre-orders, but again, we'll let you know on that as soon as we can. Roberta Wells was mentioned by Everett also. Roberta's been a vendor the last 2 years. Done very well at Cornerstones. Don't know what her intentions are as far as traveling to Oklahoma City. Everett, you might reach out to her and tell her how much expanded it's going to be and how cool it will be. And, ask her if she's coming or not. I'm not sure. So we'll have to find out on that one. Again, we do know of a few vendors that have already committed, and we have others that say they do definitely want to be a part of it. It's just putting it all together in the end.
I have a question for Phineas. I think I saw you post something about that you're looking for a Canadian candidate for Larry's scholarship.
When they brought up the topic of scholarships, I just wanted to remind everybody that the Larry Lance Memorial Scholarship is available for Canadians who are interested in attending events like North Pole Cornerstones, and that if they are interested and they're from Canada preferably, and they haven't been to North Pole Cornerstones yet, that's the key thing. I'd like to offer the opportunity for them to go. Contact Mike Hutchings directly on Facebook or at email. Most of you know how to reach him. So by all means, talk to Mike about the Larry Lance Memorial Scholarship.
And Phineas, we want to thank, relay back to Mike, let him know that we thank him very, very, very much for that. That is a great, great scholarship in memory of Mike's late husband, Larry. And it does my heart good to see more and more Canadians starting to interact and starting to get it out and let themselves be known. I've met so many new Canadians in the last year that's interested in uh, education and being a part of the community. I know they're up there, but it's always kind of been this, they're up there, we're down here type of deal. But it's good to see that everybody's trying to, get together as one great big family.
And
Uh,
especially in this day and age when the Canadian dollar is so awful against the American dollar,
That's what hurts. That's what really, really, really hurts. I know Paul Anderson had made a comment somewhere along the way in the last week or so about the difference in what it costs them as Canadians opposed to Americans to travel inside the United States for an event. And again, Paul, thank you so much. You guys were such a delight to have this last February. And he was phenomenal. I love the Canadian candy. Oh my gosh! And Paul just had posted. He's been out driving today. They're on a fairly long trip today. I saw. So be safe out there, Paul.
And you also see where Renee Clark Dale, who actually came to the TNL booth in Gatlinburg and visited, that said, "Hey, Data, Bob."
Hello. Good to see you, Renee. Good to see you. Of course, I hadn't been anywhere with Scott like this, so hadn't had a chance to holler at you. Is there anything else we want to talk about? Yes, AJ, let all the vendors know. Again, we have a vendors page where they can go and apply, and we've got to see how much room we got, how many vendors we got coming. Of course, the guys that were there the first year and the second year get their name in the hat first, of course. And then if there's extra space left, which there should be this time around, then we'll consider other vendors and let that be known.
Bob, could you address Bill Coates's question at 348?
Absolutely, Bill. Anytime that you can get out, and his question is NPC good for a mall Santa? NPC is really good for all types of entertainment. I know a lot of guys think that when you go and you sit in a chair job, that it's just the standard caveat questions, answers quickly, move children through. But that's not really the case for me at my mall. And after 12 years, I love entertaining the children, especially those first 2 or 3 weeks when it's slow. I have so much. I really enjoy that time because it does give me the time to spend with the families and to entertain. I have so many backgrounds, so many skits, background stories and skits that I can use. And I know that I get a lot of entertainment out of it. And I know the children and families do too, because I keep them chuckling most of the time. So yes, it is good. We do talk about a lot of different aspects. We don't just cover them all. We cover everything. And it's not just Santa, it's Mrs. Claus, it's elves. Phineas is there to do his portion as the top elf in the nation, in our industry. And we're always
and
happy
there's
to have
Sugar
him.
Plum Mary too, Bob, because she did a performance as well.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we have a female elf that's there that tried to upstage Phineas. It didn't work, but she tried. But I don't think Phineas can do that little foot flip.
I'm not as pretty as she is, so.
Oh my goodness. Liz Rush has joined us. Hi, Liz. Thank you. We mentioned that you have joined on with NPC as our marketing guru, and everyone is excited as much as we are about the fact that you are part of NPC now. And we want to thank you for all your work and dedication that you put into it so far. And let's keep up the good work. By the way, let's mention Liz will be a vendor.
Oh, you would like to see her footwear, her. Oh my goodness. I need a pair of those glitter pants, or they're not glitter. What are they? Have
Sequins?
The sequins? Yeah, the sequin pants that for the 4th of July or something. I mean, I don't know that I'd wear them at Christmas time, but I asked her for shoes. She said she didn't have my size. So,
well, between the shoes, the pants, and the handbags, you'd be so sexy.
Don't tease me.
I'm sure you can pick up a pair of shoes and take them to Caboot's and get them to make a pair for you, Scott.
I bet they could. By the way, speaking of Caboot's, we want to thank them for being part of TNL Network contributor, as well as Larry Talbert. And
that's right. And of course, Wade and Scarlett Kaufman for the Monday show. We're not running our commercials today. We're not doing trivia. This is kind of a show dedicated just to NPC and to, of course, being Memorial Day.
Mrs.
We was going to keep it
Claus,
short. Here we've already done almost a full show. So
yeah, Mrs. Lizzie Claus Casuals is what.
that's right, Mrs. Lizzie Claus Casual.
Yep. And she has got some. If you're a Mrs. Claus or an elf, you need, or a female elf, I guess I should say. I don't know that you'd want to try those with your overalls. I don't know that those shoes would quite match. But
you haven't seen me in a pair of stilettos yet, Scott. So
okay, well, I'll wait. How about that? But anyhow, hey, I just like to tell everybody thank you so much for joining everybody and the shows all week long here on TNL and supporting us. And we will be traveling a little bit more this year. We'll be going to, in 26, we'll be going to actually California to Forbes and to their convention. And Bob and I are excited about that. And on the June the 3rd, you don't want to miss the Tuesday night live show, because the guest on that show has a very, very exciting new announcement to make. So won't tell you much more than that, but you need to tune into that show. That's on June the 3rd. And then the Kringle Brothers on Wednesday, and Santa's Magical Fellowship Group. Is that how I always goof that up? I don't know why. It's a tongue twister, it seems like. But I'm so and Santa Mel does such a great job with that group, and she's had some really, really nice and really cool and informative guests on it. So it kind of follows hand in hand, as we all have different guests too. Has that child gone blonde again? Oh my goodness, Jada. Anyhow, long story short, thanks again for joining us. And Bob and Phineas, as always, you do a wonderful job on Mondays, and Sean as well. And I can't thank y'all enough for being part of the TNL network. And we're growing, and hopefully we'll continue to grow as a network and with Cornerstones. And don't forget SOS in July, the third week of July in Branson, picturesque Branson, Missouri, the entertainment capital of this part of the country. LizzieClaus.com. But her website, she says, is not updated yet. But hey, we look forward to having her there as a new vendor, Caboose there as a new vendor. So if you're interested in being a vendor, please fill that out. And as we go through, we're not going to duplicate a whole lot of things. We want to have some variety. So keep that in mind. That's why we're having you sign up and tell us what you got, and we'll make the decision based on room and the variety of what we can offer to our students at this school. So we want to thank everybody again for sticking with us. And what is this, 5 seasons now, Bob?
Yes, 5 seasons for the Monday and Tuesday show. Hey, we'll be pushing close to 200 here soon for both shows each. So about 400 shows coming up soon. So,
but thank you, Phineas. You have been a great addition to Monday's show, and we can't thank you enough and appreciate all you do to add to Monday's show. Bob needs all the help he can get.
Well, ain't that the truth?
Well, thank you very much for asking me, and it's always a pleasure and a joy to join in and work with you, and hopefully impart some information to everybody. So,
any closing thoughts on NPC before we go, Phineas?
I would just like everybody to think about what kind of opportunity NPC gives you, and just looking forward to seeing everybody in Oklahoma City in February. So.
Very true. And we want to also remind everyone again that Sean White, Claus Connect, will not be seen tonight. She is taking the day off and going to spend it with her family. For those who are having decent enough weather to get out and barbecue, have fun, enjoy yourself, be safe. Thank you, Kane. Appreciate the kudos there. Elizabeth says, see y'all Valentine's weekend in OKC. That's correct. It's going to be fun. Don't want to miss it. Go over to npccornerstones.com or go to the North Pole Cornerstones Facebook group. And we also have a business page under the same name. So several different places that you can go to keep up your information. We would love for you to join the new Facebook group, North Pole Cornerstones. It's growing immensely quickly. And Liz has put up a challenge over there. So go over and check it out. If you're not a member, join. Come in and join us for the fun. And also, that will probably be the first place that new information will go out. It's easier to put it on Facebook first, put it out there, and then go back later and update the website as we go. It's a little bit more difficult to update the website. So keep that in mind. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Kane, everyone. Patrick Moss. Thank you so much, my friend. Patrick's been with us the last couple of years. Pat, we got to come up with a new chant. We're not in Texas no more.
Oh,
We'll be in Oklahoma,
goodness
so we're gonna
gracious,
have to
I
change
forgot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Weston does not rhyme with Oklahoma.
Well, Patrick, we got to have you see you in Oklahoma City for sure. So we'll have a new chant because you are
That's right.
definitely the chant champion.
That's right. And Pat, remember, Deanna will be in touch with you. Some things we want to talk to you about. So, all right, David, good to see you again. Tammy Weaver, thank you for coming on. I'm going to run up through here. Renee, good to talk to you again. Bill Coates, as always. AJ, am I missing anybody? Sue,
Well,
can't forget Sue and Everett and Dana.
Well, David Earl had said, "I'll let you borrow Phineas, but y'all can't keep him." Well, I guess that he's told us how the dog walks and barks, didn't he? So, David, we'll send him back when we're done.
Thank you, Arnie. Good to see you too. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. We were going to do a 30-minute show. We've already been on here an hour. Thanks, everyone, for your time. I know it's a holiday. Have fun with your family. Be safe. Remember, it's Memorial Day, and those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for all of us so we can be here doing what we do. Couldn't do it without it. You know, as they say, freedom is not free. We love our Canadian friends and family, brothers and sisters up there, even though they're not celebrating today. Their heartfelt celebration goes right into us, and we appreciate that very much. Carl White, hello, buddy, and goodbye. See everyone later.
See you in Oklahoma City, Carl.
See you in Oklahoma, Carl.
Bye now.